Hello everybody, my name is Serious Blue, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a simple and efficient kelp farm. Down in the description is where you will find the list of materials as well as a link on how to find chunk borders, because I would really advise making sure this whole build is all in the same chunk. I let this farm run for 1 hour and this is how much I got. We're going to start with the front, so what you're going to want to do is place 7 blocks of glass running across like this and then bring it 4 up. Now what you're going to want to do is take your building block of choice and bring it all the way up to the top of the glass and bring it 2 back as well. And repeat this to the other side. And then we're going to bring 1 strip across the bottom like this. Now we're going to come inside and place 6 pistons facing in this direction, leaving the last block open, and then we'll come to the other side and place our observers facing in this direction, making sure that the eye is facing this way and the face looking part is facing this way. And now we're going to fill in this wall with blocks. Now what you're going to want to do is come inside of here, and on the block with the observer you're just going to place your water sources right onto there, and then we're actually going to fill in this row just for now with blocks so that there's no water in there. By the way, you can place kelp underwater on any type of solid block. Glass is not considered a solid block, but snow and top half slabs are. So basically it'll work with almost anything you try. Then you're going to take your kelp and fill up all of these water blocks just like this with your kelp. The reason we are doing this is so that every single one of these pieces of water is considered a water source, which is what you'll need for the farm to work correctly. If you don't want to bring that many buckets in order to build this, all you need is 2 buckets of water, and you're just going to dig a little 3 long trench, place 1 bucket here and 1 bucket here, and now this block right here is an infinite water source, and you can take from this block and fill in all of those gaps, and then you can even take from this block to refill your buckets and then go ahead and close this up. Now what we're going to do is go ahead over to the back and place blocks all along the pistons, as well as a line of redstone along this. So what is going to happen is the observer is going to observe that there is a change in the block, which is going to trigger the redstone, which is then going to power the pistons. And so basically how it's going to work is there's a change and it powered the pistons to break the kelp. Now what you need to do is come to the top, and on the top block part of the observers place half slabs just like this, and it should look just like this. And then you'll place 1 bucket of water right here on the edge, let it flow, and then break all of these half slabs. And now we can break this layer of blocks. And so how it's going to work is these are water sources, and the kelp will want to float to the top. Then this water source will make the kelp flow in this direction, and because these blocks right here are not water sources, the kelp will sink just like that. Now we can go ahead and cover up the top just to make sure no kelp escapes. Now what we're going to do is come to this side with the gap that has no kelp in it, and we're just going to break out a little bit of an area and place our chest right here. And then we can break all of these blocks just temporarily and crouch place a hopper into the back of this chest, and then we can replace our blocks. And so now this hopper will collect the kelp and put it into this chest. And now your kelp farm is complete. Now if you would like for this farm to automatically smelt the kelp right into dried kelp, all you need to do is come back into here and instead place a furnace right here and have a hopper going into it. Remember to crouch so that it does go into there. You'll need to place some fuel. Eventually you'll be able to power it with its own supply of kelp, but to start off you can just use coal. And we'll place our chest right here and place a hopper going into this chest from the furnace. We can make this a double chest. Don't forget to make a little stairwell out, or just a ladder. And now what will happen is the kelp will go up down into these hoppers, which will flow into this furnace, which will then smelt the kelp and make it dried kelp right in here. If you guys notice your farm doing this where the kelp just kind of sits there towards the bottom, this is okay. Just give the kelp a little bit of time. Eventually it will float to the top. I really hope that helped you guys out. If it did, definitely press like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Peace.